11 life paths. Welcome back if you watch my channel, okay? If you're new, welcome to my channel. I talk about 11 life paths and some other stuff, some other topics. I hope you've been taking care of yourself because the energy is getting dense, okay? The topic of this video is going to be where 11 life paths you are not from Earth. I'm going to make the topic around that, okay? You are not from Earth. Your soul does not belong to this planet, okay? You are a soul having a human experience in this lifetime right now. And now, if you understand this, you'll feel much better about what you're doing while you're here, okay? If you don't understand this and you're living for the pleasures of this life, for just like the materialistic aspects of this life. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with wanting material, there's nothing wrong with enjoying life, but then there's a huge distinction between being in this world and then being of this world, okay? Now, when you're in this world, you're experiencing things, okay? You're experiencing things, you're going through life and you're observing things. You're very intuitive. Your emotions are very in tune. You're in tune with the higher frequencies of life. You're like a radio station, okay? You just pick up on people's tune. You just pick up on people's vibration. You pick up on people's frequency. And again, it's amazing. Like, see, it is amazing, but it can be exhausting. Like, let's just be honest. It could just be very exhausting because your brain is just working at a pace that is unimaginable. Like, it just works very fast. You pick up things very fast. And because you do, you know how things are happening, or you have a very well grasp of where things are going and how things are going to happen. So you just get very drained on Earth. And recently, I've got messages from a lot of you guys, and I'm so grateful for you, for like all the 11 life paths that have been reaching out to me. You guys are all amazing. You guys are all amazing. You guys are all very intuitive. You guys are all telling me. A lot of you guys are talking to me about the dreams that you've recently been having. I want to make a different video on that one actually, because it's actually fascinating. A lot of you guys have been telling me about your life stories, like the things that you've been through, the struggles that you've been through, and all of that. I just want to let you guys know that because I'm an 11 life path myself, we're not from this earth. We're not from here. And we really feel it. So the other day, some girl, she messaged me, and I think it was a girl, and she messaged me and she said, do you feel like, and I'm paraphrasing what she said because I don't remember word to word, but something along the lines where, like, she's like, do you feel like the density, it's getting too dense on Earth right now, or whatever, right? She said something like this. And it's funny how me and some other 11 life path were talking about the same type of thing, and like how we're all so connected. And the answer is yes. Like, the density, like, it's getting very dense on Earth right now for us. Like, and I want you to know why, okay? Because we live in the age of Kali Yuga. So there's 4 cycles, okay? From Sat Yuga to Kali Yuga. These are 4 cycles of life. The Sat is the golden cycle, and I think the Kali Yuga is like the dark cycle of life. So right now, we live in a very strange time. Okay, times are very strange. Spirituality for most people has been relegated, but again, there's good news because we're now starting to have a shift in the collective consciousness. We're all starting to move into a new world. That's what's happening. Okay, now, good or bad, that's really up to how you are as a person, how you are as an 11 life path. Now, I I have talked to many 11 life paths, okay? And as intuitive and smart and as intelligent as we are, a lot of us are very emotional and a lot of us are very caught up in our emotions right now, okay? Um, and because of that, a lot of us are suffering, okay? I shouldn't say a lot, but like let's say around probably like 30% are suffering heavily, okay? And obviously, when you're gifted with this much knowledge, intuition, this much strength, this much like you know, willpower, you're there's an opposite force that is going to be there too, okay? And that opposite force has to do with your emotional side, with you just being very emotional about things, and most people not understanding you, most people not knowing how to talk to you, most people not um, connecting to you on a deeper level. It just feels like a lot of people want to connect on a surface level basis. A lot of people you're going to talk to will talk about, oh, what's the score, what's the basketball score, what's the soccer score, or like, oh, did you see what that celebrity did you see? Now, don't get it twisted, right? Some things, are fascinating, but I feel like for a lot of us, we have like a 90 to 10% ratio where it's like 10%, okay, I'm fine with talking about things of this world or like what's going on with this celebrity or whatever, right? But like I feel like 90% of the things that we want to talk about, we just want to learn about what's going on right now. Like we're more of the type of people that want to keep learning. We don't want to give up on our learning. We want to keep learning. We want to keep growing. We want to keep understanding earth. We want to keep understanding like the spiritual aspects of earth and like what's really going on. This is why most of us are seeing angel numbers. Most of us have a lot of synchronicities that we're seeing. Most of us are very in tune with what's going on, but a lot of us do not. A lot of us just get very caught up in our emotional aspect of life, which is actually which could be very challenging for a lot of us. This is why my suggestion would be to just do the work. Like, I don't always feel like recording videos. I really don't. Okay? Um, but sometimes you've just got to do what you've got to do. Or sometimes I don't feel like going to the gym. I don't feel like going to the gym. Okay? In fact, I don't really feel like going to the gym right now, but I know I'm going to have to. I know I'm going to have to go grab my milk, drink some milk and honey, and go to the gym. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really have a choice. You know what I mean? Like, you want to take care of your body, you want to take care of your mind. So, you're not from this earth. Even with your food, when other people, a lot of other people eat food, they don't feel it as much. They'll eat it, and this is why you go to the market nowadays, and most people are just eating themselves to till they can't, they vomit, they start vomiting or something, right? A lot of people do that, but with us, like you can eat like for me, like right now, look, I've been just eating a lot of fruit, right? Um, I eat foods that are good for my body because when I eat something that's deep fried or when I eat something like that's just not so healthy, like I feel it on a level that is unimaginable. Like it gets into my body and then I just feel like I don't feel so good. And I bet that happens to you too. This is why as an 11 life path, especially like I this is for everyone, but especially for an 11 life path. Because I've been asked before from another 11 life path, like, why is my intuition, like, what's up with my intuition or whatever, right? She was talking about herself, and I told her more or less. This is what I said. I'm like, as an 11 life path, you have to make sure your physical and your mental and your spiritual state are all aligned and they're fine. It's like you have a Ferrari, okay? If you have a Ferrari and you don't give your Ferrari any gas, it doesn't matter if it's a Ferrari. You know, like the Civic will take you somewhere with gas, but the Ferrari will look beautiful, but it'll stay at the same spot. So it won't do the job, right? It's just like that. If you are a Ferrari, which like 11 life paths are, okay, but you're not putting in the right oil, you're not giving the right amount of gas, how do you expect to go from one place to another place? You've got to take care of yourself. Especially for all my 11s that live in like North America, Canada, and the United States, or even like these European countries now, right? And like our food and water supply, that's a whole different conversation. But with all this infiltration that's happening in our food and water supply, if you are not on your optimal, if you're not at your best, you're going to feel it more than the average person. You really will. This is why my 11 life paths, we're not from this earth. This is why we feel, a lot of times we feel very uncomfortable on earth. We do feel very uncomfortable. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. Don't get it twisted. I love Earth. I love being here. You know, we chose to be here. We came here. We're on a mission. We all have our missions. You've got to find out your mission. Why are you here? Look into your numbers. Look into what cycle you're in. Look into your chart or whatever. Just look in. Get to know who you are as a person. And understand that in certain years that you have certain missions that you've got to accomplish. Look at what missions you have to accomplish, okay? You could message me on Instagram if you want any advice, because I know a lot of 11 life paths. A lot of you guys have reached out to me, and I've had people that have reached out to me for advice, okay? So I really, really appreciate you guys reaching out to me. I really do. But my whole point being said is start to remember who you are as a person. With this much intuition, if you just dedicate yourself and do just 1/10 of the work, you'll start to remember who you are. And I literally mean like remembering where you exist right now, because you just don't exist right now, and that's a whole different topic too. Okay? And because you're not from this earth and you're from another planet, just like I'm from another planet, we're from another planet, there's going to be a lot of people right now that are going to just look at you and not connect with you on that level. They're not going to connect with you on that level. This is why it's important. See, I've seen that a lot of 11 life paths end up isolating themselves, and like you know, some of us start to become very pessimistic. And don't get it twisted, okay? I'm not no saint or whatever. Look, I have my days where I'm like, why the fuck is this person acting like this? You know what I mean? Like, cause it's like, yo, why are you like, I'm being kind, I'm being generous, right? But if you act a certain way, it's like, why the fuck are you doing that? Like, do you want me to show you some of my 11th power? Like, do you don't want to get on our fucking bad side, right? Because we'll really, we've just got it in us to, I mean, a lot of us are very good, but hey, there's a yin and a yang, okay? Where there's good, there's evil. I'm gonna be the last guy to pretend like I'm like the best guy. You know, I'm gonna be the last guy to pretend like, yo, I go to church, you know, I'm not, I could be very bad sometimes, okay? I just don't show it to a lot of people, but we have our times, okay? We have our times where it's like, why is this person doing this? But just understand, it's because you're not from this earth. You're not from here. You're not here for a long time. You're here for a short time. That depends on you too, by the way, actually. That depends on the missions that you have to complete on Earth. Some of y'all are really here to spread love. Okay, generally, like 11 life paths, we're intuitive healers, we're spiritual. People want to come to us. A lot of people just want to talk to us for no reason. A lot of people admire us. A lot of people come to us for advice. Okay, but the thing is, like, again, like, until and if you are not taking care of yourself, if you are not taking care of your mental, physical, and spiritual health, okay, and you're not going after your dreams, or you're not going after what you need to be doing, you're not on your mission, then, people will see that through you. And that's another thing with 11 life paths. Like, we cannot just hang out with surface level people. It's very hard for us. It drains our energy. So if we pick our friends are going to be very spiritual. When you have very spiritual friends, your friends pick up on your energy. They see what this guy's about, or they see what this girl's about. They look at you and they're like, okay, why is this person moving like this? Why is this person so down, or why is this person so up? So just get that. And another thing is, just pick your, I know this is something you're very good with. Pick your people, pick the people that you want in your circle very properly. Okay, interrogate the people that you want to be with. Don't just pick anyone to hang out with, because, see, the thing is that a lot of us, because we're so intuitive and because we are so spiritual, it's very hard for us to find people that are like us. There's people like us, but it's very hard for us to find people like that, especially if you live in a municipality, or you live in like a city that's not so populated. It's going to be very hard for you to find people like that. My suggestion would be to just make it obvious that you're a spiritual person, or make it obvious that you're an 11 life path, so you can find other 11 life paths, or you can find people that are like 22s and 33s. Okay, I've noticed that 7 goes pretty well with 11, and that's a whole different video. If you actually want to know about these things, you should subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram, which is Arsalan from TO, because I'm pretty sure you'd be very interested in knowing who you are compatible with, and that's a whole different video. Okay, but just, I feel like, make it obvious that you're an 11. Okay, like, now I have some of my 11 life paths. We have it on our bio, that, like, we just have written 11 on our bio, and I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, it is amazing, because that's how you're going to find your people. That's how you're going to find people that are like you. You know what I mean? You're not going to just be an 11 life path and just sit behind a screen and just be like, oh, like, I'm finding my people. No. People got to know who you are. People have to know that this is an 11 life path. I could get along with this person. So that's a way of putting yourself out there. Okay. So just keep remembering, like, where I know that it's getting very dense now for a lot of us. I know a lot of you guys reach out to me, and honestly, like, I feel you guys on a deep level, because I am an 11, and I understand that, the densities are getting very, very strong. Tables turn, bridges burn. Things are happening. We know where the world is going right now. It doesn't look so bright to me, to be very honest, but I feel like on an individual level, we are ascending now. We are getting close to ascension. So these are some shaky times. These are times where, you're being shaken. Like, God's going to test the stronger soldiers. And, like, we're here. We're on the front lines. 11's like, we're on the front lines right now. You know what I mean? Like, we're on the front lines. So just stay strong. Don't give up right now. Keep going, hanging on tight, and just make sure to give thanks and be very grateful for where you are because you've done this many times before. And regardless of it being very as dense as it is right now, just keep giving thanks. And there are ways to mitigate this density. And that's for a whole different video too. Like, to be very honest, there's some spiritual practices that you might want to do. For example, the number one spiritual practice I can think of is just be grateful. Just be very grateful for where you're at. You know what I mean? Be very grateful for what you have. Be very grateful for your family, your friends, the people around you. I get it. Sometimes it could be very hard because a lot of people are probably cracking down on you right now. A lot of people are not understanding you. A lot of people are probably challenging you on your beliefs. You're like, you look at things, you're like, nah, man, like, there has to be something else going on in this world. Like, you're trying to talk to someone, you're trying to tell people about the higher realms, maybe like the seventh, eighth density, that you're not from Earth, you're from somewhere else. And a lot of people might look at you and be like, what are you talking about? But again, I told you, find your people, find people online, and connect with them. If you put yourself in a shell, if you put yourself in a box, if you eat from a box, you sleep on a box bed, you wake up in a box home, if you're always in a box and you don't break that box and you don't find the right people or you don't connect with nature, that's a whole different video too. You're gonna feel the density kicking in very heavy on you to a point where it's like, you're gonna get disturbed. You're gonna get very disturbed, But again, it's like, if you break yourself out of this box, if you break yourself out of these emotions, that's when you'll be like, oh, okay, no, there's something more to life. There's something more. I maybe should reach out to people. I maybe should go out more. Or maybe I should go into nature more. Maybe I need to be going to the gym more. Maybe I need to be doing a little more meditation. Maybe I need to be checking out my chart. Maybe I need to be knowing what my purpose is in life. Maybe I need to be asking God, sitting down with him, God, source, whatever you want to, nowadays, like, there's the creator, okay? Whoo, I feel the energy right now. I feel the energy. Damn. I don't know. It's beautiful outside right now, actually. It's amazing. I feel like these trees are actually talking to me right now. These trees are always talking to me, actually. They're always giving me messages. When I'm actually in nature, what ends up happening is that I'll connect with nature and I'll go home like the following night and I'll just get a bunch of dreams. That it happens. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. It definitely does happen. So I'm gonna probably wrap it up. I know it's a bit sad, but I'm gonna have to wrap it up right now. Take care of yourself, have a good one, and just make sure, remember, you're an 11 life path. You can face any challenge. You can go through any challenge in your life. Okay, you're here for a much bigger reason. You have a much higher purpose in your life. Okay, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day or night, wherever you are in this world. Okay, just remember, you're an 11 life path. So take it easy.